Meteorologist Sabrina Bates here with the latest timeline for the severe weather we are expecting in Oklahoma on your Thursday. Now, early tomorrow morning, there are going to be some rain showers. Some of them you could be hearing some rumbles of thunder, could turn into storms, mainly just seeing rain and some pea-sized hail, not severe in the morning. But we turn towards the afternoon, and this is when I want you to start paying attention because that severe risk is going to be increasing, especially mid to late afternoon. But by the time we get to about 8-9 o'clock tomorrow evening, that is when the storms are moving out of Oklahoma. By the time that you head to bed tomorrow night on your Thursday, you won't have to worry about that severe weather risk. Here's the latest outlook. Again, looking after about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, an enhanced risk in southern Oklahoma. This is a 3 on the scale of 1 to 5. The slight risk, which is a 2 on the scale out of 5, pushes into the south side of the metro and also east of there as well. The biggest threats that I am watching really is going to be very large sized hail. With the strongest of storms, we could have up to baseball sized hail. Now that is going to be further into southern Oklahoma. Most of the hail sizes we are going to be seeing are up to about golf ball or tennis ball sized. But as these storms push further towards the east, the winds also are going to be ramping on up. Winds up to about 75-80 miles an hour, especially further towards southeastern Oklahoma. Now there is a very low tornado risk that we are watching with this, and especially watching the cold front that is going to be moving on in. I do think this cold front moves through central Oklahoma and the OKC metro fast enough that it keeps the OKC metro's tornado risk at a 2 on the scale of 1 to 10. But that cold front just is not going to catch up to those storms, which does increase that tornado risk further towards Ardmore, Ada, McAllister, further into southeastern and southern Oklahoma. We walk through our predictor here. Here's the light rain showers that we are talking about early tomorrow morning. This moves on out by later in the morning. We're not seeing much rainfall. We're able to recover and we are able to warm on up. Just as this cold front is about to move through central Oklahoma, middle part of the day, we will see some rain showers. But it's not until after about 2-3 o'clock here tomorrow afternoon on your Thursday that we start to see those storms develop. And those storms are developing right along and ahead of that cold front. The further ahead of that cold front that we see those storms, the better potential for that tornado risk. This is going to increase in coverage and intensity as it pushes further into eastern Oklahoma. And again, especially watching southern portions of the state. But by the time we get to about 8-9 o'clock, those storms are over into Arkansas and out of Oklahoma. Now be sure to stay tuned to KOCO throughout the remainder of this evening and also as we go into early on your Thursday, and we'll continue to bring you updates on that severe weather risk.